this out?
Well, all due respect, this was the opportunity for the BAA. Now, they've already had the opportunity during 2 days of interviews at their lawyer's office. No other witnesses who were interviewed requested lawyers or demanded that the interviews take place at their lawyer's office. They had 2 full days to put their case forward. And so, from my perspective, there's no need to relitigate any of this. Quite frankly, this was going above and beyond to try to have a constructive discussion. I can't imagine that what has been proposed would be a constructive discussion when they're waiving the opportunity right here. My view would be they've waived the opportunity and stormed out after we put all this time and effort into being here. And we're prepared to go forward and talk about the issues. Attorney Coppola is here, prepared to answer any questions. Again, even though we thought his work was done when he appeared June 1, which was, or the report was June 1, it was like 4 weeks ago that he appeared. So I can't imagine reconvening for a council meeting to do this again after the BAA has, picked up their toys and walked out.
Okay, first of all, I take offense to the way you're talking about the BAA, and I'm 2 seconds away from doing a vote of no confidence against you, because this isn't right. You're the moderator. He's the moderator. He needs to stop. They didn't storm out of here. I am not out of order.
Yes, you
What
are.
about the taxpayers? I have the floor.
You're disrespectful.
I have a right to challenge the town attorney. He is taking one side to this. There is one reason why this council sits here and will not listen to the BAA. And that's because there's something hidden. So let them have their time to discuss their side of it, uninterrupted, like Mario was granted, okay? I don't agree with it either. I think a head-to-head was the answer. They don't want to do it. Todd in his statements didn't want to do it. So it's not happening. So at this point, they want a July 13th meeting at 7 p.m. I'm okay with it. It's one-sided. Nobody can challenge it. We've got a right to ask questions, but if the assessor isn't here to challenge the decisions, I don't see the point. But that's what they want. So if that's what they want, I'm okay with what Councilman Hopkins said, and we move forward with that.
If I can say something, I mean, I'm more than happy to be here. I do think it's inappropriate. I don't think it's the way the assessment is supposed to be working. But I am here. I will sit here tonight and talk about any of these cases that you want. I'm confused when the board says that they want to tell their side of the story. They had that opportunity on their interviews, any documents they wanted to present to the independent review. I had my side. We both told our sides of the story to the independent review, and that is the results. I don't understand why this has to keep continuing because somebody doesn't like the results of that report, and then we just have to keep dragging this out. It's not good for for the assessment. It's not good for Enfield. I'm getting questioned right now on everyday issues where we go out just to do a permit, and there's so much distrust in the assessor's office because of what has happened that I can't even do my regular job just going out to inspect a roof because somebody pulled a permit. So I don't think this should be dragged out any longer than it should be.
I agree with the assessor 100%, but the BAA hasn't had their chance to speak in public, okay? They are saying, and what they're saying is their side of the story was not portrayed in the report. So I'm willing to give them the time and listen to what they have to say. Will it change the outcome? Nobody knows until we hear their side of the story.
All due respect, Councilman Nelson, they were here with an opportunity. There's plenty of time for them to get their story out tonight. And forgive me if my language offended you, but they did get up and walk out. Okay?
That's a little bit
And we're all here.
storm out.
Well, call it as you wish. That we're here and they left, and we're ready to go forward. Attorney Coppola has a suggestion.
Well, if you
A
don't
comment?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to ask anybody if I can make a comment, but I'll just make this one, or a suggestion. Maybe take a 15-minute recess, and Attorney Tauber has an opportunity to speak with Attorney Baird. Maybe there's an opportunity to have the BA come back and to resume this workshop. And from a FOIA perspective, and that's the way I look at your agenda and some of the questions I've raised about motions, etc. This has been noticed as a workshop, and I think that there may be an opportunity to change some of the format and still be within the parameters of providing adequate public notice. So just a suggestion, everyone's here, you may want to take a 15-minute recess and see if there's an opportunity to resolve the concerns of the VA, have them come back, and to continue on with this discussion. I think that may be a worthwhile expenditure of 15 or 20 minutes. So that's my suggestion to you.
Thank you, Attorney Pickable. Before we do that, any other comment, or do you want to take a council business? Yes, Councilor.
At the last meeting, I did second Councilor Hopkins' motion to give the VA a special meeting, and we did it again tonight. It's pretty obvious that the only way they're going to move forward is by letting us hear what they have to say. So, and as much as I appreciate this meeting tonight, and I appreciate our assessors coming, I do agree that I think the VA should have their time. And then if we end up doing head-to-head, but I honestly think it's true to the residents of this town that they should have their right and it should be televised, and people should hear what they have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Goodman. Mr. Mayor, do you want to take a 15-minute break and see if we can bring them back?
I'm just going to make a couple of comments. First of all, we had discussed amongst leadership, and I'm just going to be going back to that we thought that this format was going to be the best type of format based on some of the particular 7 or 8 cases that were pinpointed so that both of the parties could go at it. All right, or say, this is their view, this is his view, we get to hear both sides. All right, that was the original intent. All right, obviously, they don't like the format, they're not here. I don't know at this point if I am comfortable without both sides being here discussing the cases. If you want to take a recess and talk, but I don't think that's gonna amount to anything.
I see Attorney Baird shaking her head. Listen, folks, we started.
As far as I'm concerned with,
I'm sorry.
just go with your.
We have wasted too much of everybody's time. This is not gonna happen. And you know something, the fact that you've let this go on this long is beyond me. You're wasting all of our time, especially the people in the back of the room. They don't wanna have the meeting, and I'm gonna renew my motion to adjourn and end this right now.
He's got a motion on the floor before you do, okay? So we need
You're
to
not the
address
chair
these
now.
first.
Please.
We need to follow procedure.
I was recognized on the floor, pay attention.
You just brought your motion back up.
I
The motion
I
doesn't
renewed
move
my
until we
motion.
close
I
our
renewed
meeting.
my motion, Jesus.
Councilor Despard, and I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah, I just have a brief comment.
Correct.
I just have a brief comment in terms of, I'm very disappointed that they left. I think it's a good suggestion by Attorney Campolo, rather than leaving, I think we could have maybe amended things to make it where we could have gotten something out of tonight. But, I heard their attorney say that we don't have the authority to oversee their decisions, so I don't know what good another meeting would do. They don't seem to respect our authority anyway, so I don't, and at the same time, we do need to get to the bottom of this. I do think there are many people in the back here who were aggrieved, and so I really do want to get to the bottom of this, but I don't see how I'm not in favor of setting up another meeting. It just feels like it's gonna be a runaround.
Okay, if you would just indulge me, thank you, Councilor Despard. If you indulge me, since I agreed to take on the moderator role, just let me add a closing remark then. So, I invited Mr. Tyler, the chair of the VA. I sent him the email. He didn't respond. But the agenda was publicly posted last Friday, and I know that the town manager emailed the chair of the BAA and asked him if he wanted to go first, and he indicated he wanted to go first. So we had every expectation that the format was out there, the agenda was posted, the BAA would participate. We spent a lot of time getting ready, and we're here. I can't see a need to relitigate any of this. The report came out June 1, and it's been there's been plenty of time for reflection on it. What should happen next, as your town attorney, my view respectfully, is that there are recommendations. Those recommendations should be reviewed by a subcommittee or the council, and let's move forward. I leave it to you, it's the will of the council how you do your business, but we thought that this was over when the presentation was made, and we would move forward in a positive format by implementing recommendations. That's all I have to say about that. I guess at this point, I'm terribly disappointed. We're here in good faith with an olive branch to please try to move forward in a positive manner. Councilor Nelson, perhaps I used strong language because I felt like the 10 minutes of opening was directed at, it was not in the spirit of what we came to do here tonight. And then the BAA walked out. My view is they just waived the opportunity to be heard. But do as you wish, and I guess now we'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Is that a motion okay then? To adjourn?
If the town attorney makes the motions to adjourn, apparently.
Well, I'll second it.
You want to stay? No?
No.
All
We're not.
meeting is adjourned.
So all in favor, nobody raised their hand.
All in favor?
I only see four.
Wasn't there a motion on the floor and seconded before that one?
This motion was first.
Right,
John's,
right.
now.
I seconded
First
it.
of all, this is
So all in
adjourned
favor of
workshop
adjourning,
setting.
raise your
So
hand.
why are we?
Point of order.
No, there's no action, we're just gonna adjourn.
You said make a motion to adjourn, so which one is it?
We're gonna adjourn. Go. We're done.
Jim, you got a minute?
Workshop. We're adjourned.
Jim.
How would you like to step?
Since when do you adjourn the workshop?
See, Jim, it's comments like that that made my comments stick, and it's coming. Mark my word. There's one reason we don't want to hear the BAA, because they did this to everybody sitting here.
You know how Stu Conflict got his job?
Motion second.
You know how Stu Conflict got his job? Three-person panel, including people. He's the only person that answered the question, what's the job of an assessor? He said, to assess. Everybody else that came in couldn't understand what I was saying.
I would have said discover listed value.
Hey, Jim, if it has the people of the council and everything, this is a meeting, under FOI.
It's a workshop.
You call it a workshop, how is it published?
We have to go to the past.
Last week it was published as a workshop.
I'm sitting here, they see the agenda for trailer. They don't want to sit here and go ahead. And even Todd said it was.
The what?
Meeting we had upstairs was a special meeting, that was adjourned.
When was that?
You guys were here at 5:30.
I thought the meetings were at 6.
There's nothing
That's
in
the
there.
workshop at 6. The special meeting was at 5:30.
That says 6. We have an agenda for upstairs that says 5, 8, 5:30.
And then a special meeting.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I know, we do it.
Well, what I'm,
Figure out.
Forget about it, I'm not committing one meeting. Done.
Don't
That's
show up.
it. Oh, my God. I'm not. I'm open forum.